Oh my goodness. Hey y'all, this is the mood it has left me in today. I feel like I need to open up a bottle of wine and eat my flavored pretzels. Please come on in, hit the like button. Not the outcome I was expecting. I will say that. These are the pretzels though. Baby, when I tell you these are good, I had to find, oh! I had to find them. I don't remember what airline I got them from. They gave, oh. I would hate to be Miss Wells. Who idea was it, y'all? To have all of I will say earlier I made mention that when my stomach had butterflies in it. I think last night when I was praying for the wells, I don't remember what I was doing. I was looking at when I was making that thumbnail. That thumbnail I used this today with Justin Smith and his attorney. And I remember saying a prayer for him. He was the only one that attempted to render aid or looked at him and said, okay, you know, check this, check this. What's his pressure? And I remember looking at him thinking, Lord, oh, the things that will happen. I don't know. For him, I think I began to have empathy for him last night. It's just not good, y'all. It's just not good. Period. But definitely not for a race of people who a lot of my people feel entitled to not have to do what the police tell them to do. I see it all the time, coupled with white entitlement. So we got black entitlement who feel like they don't have to do what he say. Don't touch me, get your hands off me. And then you have white entitlement that say, oh yeah, I can. But the difference is the law on their side. And in order to get justice, you got to take it to court. If you can afford it. Ooh. And if you can't afford it, then some people will feel like they're going to take justice in their own hand, like the brother in Ohio. Lord. And then I just watched it. Somebody sent it to me. 2 people sent it to me last night. And then his brother, while he was going in court with his head held high, like, yeah, I did it. And what, you gonna kill me? But y'all done already killed my son. So kind of like, yeah, make my day. But then his brother, when he was, caught behind a wall, about the glass, the plastic or what have you, they tell him to sit down, he tapping on the window. Probably done already gave the rules, no standing, no talking, stay away. And then he stands up, knocks on the window. They saying sit down. He turned around, head up, like a badge of honor. That's my brother. I want him to see me standing tall for him. So all these police, family standing up, they standing up, whole chaos. They're saying, you can't sit down, get out, come on, leave. That's my brother. That's my brother. All I want is for him to see me. I get that. But it's like, what are the... And then if something would have happened to him, it would have been another outrage. Because the rule ain't just for that brother. That's the rules. I don't get that. I don't get that. I'm gonna show it to y'all today. I'm gonna show it to you. I don't get it. And right now, it ain't the time for that. I'm more irritated with the African Americans who think that Trump is for them. And your race of people. And your lineage. Yeah. If not directly at you right now, your kids down the line. Since you selfish and only think about right now. See, ooh. And you don't like following rules. You have a problem with rules. That's just this generation. So they're gonna teach you a lesson. Boy. Now thank God that nothing happened. What I saw. This just wasn't good for the race of people who don't feel like they have to do what the police tell them to do. And the jury said, oh yeah, you do. Even though he beat him like that and he ain't have a weapon, he ain't have a pass, he wasn't. The jury said, what? Yeah, you do. The rules are made for us, not for y'all. Sit your ass down. Let's go in. I don't need good news. The best news I saw last night that was rolling over right now, because I was intended to bring it last night, but this was just too. Karmelo Anthony. I need to add him to my title. Going to the prom. So that's probably why I saw some rigmarole and some jibber jabber, you know, attack on Dominique and the daddy, Dominique and Metcalf, you know. Probably because the word was going to get out. That's probably why them people was in my comments yesterday. Just popped up out of nowhere. Remember I told y'all that? Went to an old post 2 or 3 weeks later. It's like, what? Why you late? Why you just now? Yeah, because y'all knew he was going to have permission to go to his prom or graduation. Correct that, graduation. He gonna be able to graduate with his class. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord. Reckon they figure it out. He wasn't the aggressor. Cause the person who popped up in my comments was trying to tell me how dare me, you know, the black boy was entitled. How entitled to protect himself? Entitled to protect himself? Yeah, he's entitled to protect himself. What you mean? So now he's a privy black kid and he has entitlement issues now. He's an humble kid with that's well-to-do. His parents. But he has every right. He is absolutely entitled to protect himself. And that law doesn't limit at certain places. Hey, Ronnie. Hey, stop playing. Yeah. So I politely just went on, entertained her for about a minute or two, and then just went on, blocked him. Yeah. He's going to graduate with his class. Thank God. So let's get started. I want to hear what Roland said. Then we're going to listen to, oh boy. I went dark. Y'all ready? I'm out of juice. I was trying to let it charge. Okay, y'all. He going to the prom. They jamming, ain't they? I'm gonna show y'all real quick. Karmelo Anthony. Y'all got the light bump. No, child. Cleared. I mean, I say prom, I mean to graduate. He has been cleared by the judge. I hope he is protected at his graduation. Congratulations, young man. Now go on and do well. Get this behind you and do not let this limit you. There's nothing you can't do. Hopefully, you will never have to protect yourself like that again. Stand your ground and let God do the rest. Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not to your own understanding. In all your ways, acknowledge Him, and He will direct your path. No weapon formed against you shall prosper. Amen. All right. Okay. I got the young people out the way. Let's hear what old Roland Martin had to say. Y'all ready to go in? I done been live too many times today, and they don't play with me all day with the likes.
Hearing about trans people and fencing, and it was pretty idiotic. So we'll show you exactly what was said there as well. Also, a lot of drama at Florida A&M regarding the search for a new president. We'll tell you.
Hey, Jerry.
Hey, keep it.
A more conservative faith.
I don't want to move it no more because, you know, I won't get it right.
Folks, stunning decision out of Memphis where an all-white jury, not from Memphis, but from a neighboring county, Hamilton County, cleared 3 of the former Memphis cops in the beating death of Tyre Nichols. This was completely stunning to so many different people. This was the state trial. Now, remember, they had already been convicted in federal trial, but sentencing was delayed until the outcome of this state trial. And because of all the attention, they chose this jury from Hamilton County, deliberated 8.5 hours. Tadarius Bean, Demetrius Haley, Justice Smith Jr. were all charged with and cleared of second-degree murder, aggravated assault, aggravated kidnapping, official misconduct, and official oppression. This is what was the verdict when it was read in the courtroom.
Demetrius Haley, not guilty. We, the jury, find the defendant, Justin Smith.
I know they had butterflies. I had butterflies for them.
Count 3, aggravated kidnapping with bodily injury. We, the jury, find the defendant, Tadarius Bean, not guilty. Count 3, we, the jury, find the defendant, Demetrius Haley, not guilty.
Folks, absolutely shocking. Of course, the world was stunned when Tyre Nichols, when this video was released, showing him being viciously beaten to death by these cops. Joining us right now is Ben Crump, the attorney for the family. Ben, this family has to be devastated. How in the hell does this all-white jury come to this decision?
Well, first of all, you start with rolling the fact that it's an all-white jury when the city of Memphis is majority black. The fact that you had different rules where police seem to be the only people who they say we can't get a fair trial in the city where the alleged crime was committed, and they then get to go out and get a more conservative base to select from. It reminds you of the Rodney King Simi Valley. jury situation.
Yep.
I said that.
So, you know, I guess it's an algebraic expression, Roland. If X plus Y equals Z, all white jury, and, you know, you hope that it would be a different result, but oftentimes when you don't have people who understand black life experiences and culture, they normally don't have consideration for the dead black victim.
Ben,
That's the only thing I can come to, bro.
Ben, this is the thing.
Video is clear.
This is the thing that we're always talking about, that what happens is when you have these juries, mostly white juries, they see the cops in a totally different light. This is one of those cases where it's clear, it's obvious. And you had two of the cops who pled guilty testified against them. And it's like literally, what the hell were they saying? In their mind, they literally think that these three cops had no role to play in the death of Tyre Nichols?
I mean, Roland, it's astonishing. The fact that they didn't even find them guilty of official misconduct, even though the city ordinance and the police policy said you had a duty to intervene if an officer was committing excessive force. How can you say it wasn't excessive force? They watched, they listened, and as the prosecutors pointed out, they participated.
Yeah, well now, now typically when you have a hung jury, the prosecution will have an opportunity to talk to the jurors to find out what took place. Any idea if the prosecutors talk to these jurors afterwards to figure out how in the hell they arrived at not guilty on all charges, including the lesser charges?
I don't think this jury wanted to talk to
They
the
weren't trying to hear nothing.
If I had to guess, Roland, these jurors have a certain mentality, what we see going on the national stage in America. It's divorced of respect, I believe, for black victims. And so, thank God we had Christian Clark and the feds get convictions in federal court on all the officers, because without that, Miss Robine and her family wouldn't have had any justice. And keep her impressed. She is just utterly devastated. She could not believe what she heard.
Van, no, you have to go, but the federal sentencing was delayed until this state trial. Bean and Smith both were found guilty in federal court of witness tampering. They face up to 20 years in federal prison. And Haley, who was also acquitted in state, he was found guilty on all counts on the federal level. He could serve a life sentence in federal prison. And so this is a perfect example.
I was thinking the one who
we'll be talking about
wasn't supposed to think.
Now the Department of Injustice, in that
to Sean, I was thinking about the one who said, I know we're not supposed to thank the jury judge, but we want to thank you for really coming down here. I called him a Huckleberry fan last night. I mean, I know we're not supposed to, but I want to thank you for coming all the way down 3.5 hours down here. Who really didn't have a defense, who wanted to tell them how to market. Check here, check here, check here, check. You know, him. That one. He the one. If anybody paid him, he paid him. And if it wasn't him, it was the wizard. The wizard, is he from Chattanooga? Yeah, but it's the one say, check not guilty for here. Check not guilty. Check not guilty. Check. And they had to object and say, you ain't the judge. Him. Porky Pig.
At least for African Americans, we could look to the federal government if we couldn't get recourse on the state level, where you had DAs who would not indict, who would not prosecute. You now have a federal Department of Justice who they'll let cops they'll let cops get away for stuff after they've been found guilty.
Yeah.
Trump pardoned 2 cops who were responsible for the death of a black teen in D.C. Those 2 cops are now back on the force. And so the only thing here is that they already have been convicted, and now the question is, what will the sentencing be in federal court?
Exactly, Roland. It reminds you of elections have consequences. All those people who say, well, there's no difference between President Biden,
absolutely,
Harris, Vice President administration versus a Trump administration.
They're naive.
I beg to differ. This is prima facie evidence that elections do matter.
Absolutely.
And I do want to remind all of your audience, Roland Martin, that
it's horrific.
June 5th will be Tyre's birthday. And so we're talking about having a big march on the 5th to say that Tyre life matters.
Well, let's also not forget May 25th is the 5th anniversary of the death of George Floyd. That is a Sunday, and we're living in a time where on the federal level, these folks want to act like that didn't exist. And then you have some people calling for Derek Chauvin to be pardoned on the federal charges.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we
you kill somebody black, and you will get off.
Our stories.
Ben, I appreciate it. Thank you so very much.
Yes, sir.
Wow.
I'm going to bring up my panel right now who joins me. Daniel Blackman, former Biden appointee, founder, Renaissance 94 out of Atlanta. We have Joy Cheney, founder of Joy Strategies out of D.C. Derek Jackson, Georgia State Representative out of Atlanta.
I was tortured by the sheriff deputy. Oh, wow. I am so sorry to hear that, A.C. Jordan. What city was that in?
From Ben about this. And
it's going to get bad. All I'm going to say is we have got to stop resisting.
Not convict
we
these
have
cops
got
on any charges. It's not that they were found not guilty on most serious ones. They were found not guilty even on the lesser charges.
On everything. I was shocked. Roland, I'm still in shock.
I'm still stunned. I mean,
me
this
too.
breaking news continues to be breaking news continuously in our black and brown communities. What is justice? What is justice? Where you have
Austin,
evidence,
oh wow,
video, audio.
I'm so sorry to hear that.
Concrete evidence that
and you couldn't press charges.
Exceeded their authority.
The chief deputy destroyed it. Oh wow.
And so when you have a verdict where you're going to acquit all of these officers, and now you had a Department of Justice, to your point, we're going to, it's the most unfortunate thing, brother. We're going to see these things over and over again.
Yeah.
And that's why there's a necessity of civil rights. There's a necessity.
There we go with that civil rights again.
There's a necessity to curtail this bad
why it's so important.
When we don't do that, and we don't have
no
a mechanism in place
wow.
where a jury of 12 individuals all looking at the same tape and they acquit these 3 officers.
You may need to contact Daryl Washington out of Dallas.
You mentioned George Floyd, Roland.
A.C. Johnson.
This will be 5-year anniversary.
Who won with
years ago, every
Bojan, what's his name?
Every city, every state
John.
made a plea to curtail, do justice reform. And here we are, still seeing the same thing.
Yeah, he got against that police officer.
It's unfortunate
that went into his apartment by mistake.
Not going to get the justice that they
and he also had another.
When you see this evidence that
there also had another case out of Mesquite with a young kid that I think he was sitting in the car or something. I can't remember his name. He just celebrated him. I've been studying law for years. Okay, well, Daryl Washington, he's out of Dallas. He's out of Dallas. So both them, John. What was that girl name? Amy Geiger, whatever. Yeah, I would reach out to him.
Yeah.
Joy, the point that we've been making is that
I am too.
With this,
Especially
White
for
House,
us who don't think we
look to the federal government
have to
for
do
any
what the police
reports.
say.
And Lord knows what the hell the U.S. attorney, what sentencing they're going to ask for these cops, because he's been willing to let cops off for heinous activity.
Correct. I mean, he lets cops off for heinous activities.
I feel like
and he's also let heinous white Americans who stormed the Capitol off.
Is justice? What is justice? Where you have hard evidence.
Oh,
video,
I'm sorry.
audio,
I'm the first to hear you.
Concrete evidence that the law enforcement
I'm sorry.
exceeded their authority. And they killed an innocent man. And so when you have a verdict where you're going to acquit all of these officers, and now you had
and he's on Facebook. You can reach out to him on Facebook. Send him a message.
We're going to, it's the most unfortunate thing, brother. We're going to see these things over and over again. And that's why there's a necessity of civil rights. There's a necessity of making sure that we have justice for everyone. There's a necessity to curtail this bad behavior. And when we don't do that,
the new Klan, I'm trying to tell y'all, they're the new Klan.
Of 12 individuals, all look
they
at
are
the
the
same
new
tape,
Klan.
and they acquit these 3 officers.
They just have badges instead of white sheets.
You mentioned George Floyd, Roland. This will be 5-year anniversary. And 5 years ago, every municipality, every city, every state made a plea to curtail, do justice reform. And here we are, still seeing the same thing over and over again. It's just appalling.
Yeah, Julian.
It's unfortunate that this family is not going to get the justice that they deserve and demand. When you see this evidence that they killed. Yeah.
Joy, the point that we've been
and that's why
making is that, again,
I tried to illustrate or take us back to, where they would do these horrible beatings and rope chains, back in the day, to illustrate the mindset, the wizard that witnessed, that reminded me of that. And if we think about it, I mean, if we civil right educate ourselves, we would see it's the same thing. It's just disguised differently now. And we miss it. We miss it because we'll be caught up in things one way, or looking at it one way and not recognize the devil. I'm gonna say the devil because it disguises itself, right? And they pulled arms out of socket. I believe that. So how they harass, how they manhandle, how they bait in order to be able to freely attack and get away with it. It's just mind-blowing to me that a lot of this culture, this nature, this generation don't see it for what it is. So that's why I got very, very offended when the content creator tried to shame or attack the only black civil rights assistant activist to help Karmelo Anthony. That's why I took such offense to it. I took absolute offense to it because a lot of people, this generation, don't understand how very important having somebody who is civil right intelligent to help you. I don't give a rat's ass about they past. How dare you? But what's gonna happen? They will recognize it later. So I need for this generation, these young people, to get a real understanding about civil rights. Because this president, this administration is trying to strip you of it. And what happened today, although it was black on black, is still backing the police, which is the new and improved white she horse riders. Now they drive the police squad with, hey, Akita, with a badge. So what happened today is saying they have permission. They have permission. If it's a few tokens, before this happened, I tried to take y'all back there the other day. They have a few, they tokens, so we're gonna have to let them have authority over their people. They still work for us. They still doing our business, ain't they? They getting rid of them. So we can't find them guilty. That's pretty much what the wizard was saying, but he just didn't want to say it about all of them. Because if it was up to him, he wouldn't have been up there for none of them. Except one of my good old buddies asked me to come do it for him. You saw that other cat who was excessive force expert. He was only going to vouch for one. Because the rest of them did some things I just know. That was what? Against the guidelines? Yeah. But that all-white jury said, we don't want to give these niggas no indication that we're okay with them resisting. So it don't matter if they stopped them for the right reason or the wrong reason. Well, a Billy Bob stops them for anything in Chattanooga. They can't tell the police no. They can't ask the police what I do. AC Jordan, no, you cannot, because the law is not on your side. Homeland Security held me for 9 months with no charge. Yeah, you can't do that. You have to know what. See, this is another thing that fears me with this generation. They don't believe in nobody higher than them. Some of them. They don't believe in God. They play with that black magic and they play with their hoodoo and voodoo, but they don't want to believe in God. Because some of them think they God, you know what I mean? They don't like authority. They don't like guidelines. They don't like something having some form of order. So you standing up for yourself is not always confronting police. And not when there's laws that you have to follow. Because if not, the minute that you break them, they have permission now to ill you. And we saw today with our good eye, and we heard with our good ear, that it don't matter if you a good person that don't have a troubling past. It don't matter. It don't matter. They said, that white man said, there is no way possible that Justin Smith would hurt somebody. I hear you, AC Jordan. Thank God you made it out this time. How long ago was that? How long ago was that? Because you, listen, all I'm trying to get you to understand is that this generation right here can't hear. And because y'all too young to understand the past, they don't want y'all to know the history properly. So they put those games in front of you to occupy your mind, you know what I'm saying? You know, to get y'all to want. You 54, so you know better. You, how long, 6.5 years ago? I don't know if you know the Lord, but you may want to get to know him. And you may need to start asking him to turn your mindset around. Give you peace within. Give you a wisdom that surpasses the anger. And give you the strength, the knowledge, and the people in place that will help you do it the right way instead of the wrong way. We have to stop taking the bait. We got to stop taking the bait. We got to stop taking the bait. Okay, AC Jordan. We got to stop taking the bait, people. We just got to. Listen, we have no idea what's planned. We have no idea what's coming. But the administration do. And they are expecting we, the people, to react to it. Let me say that again. They are expecting we, the people, to react to it. So the popos can do whatever they want to do without punishment. I'm going to move on. I done said all I'm going to say about that for right now. We got to learn to go the other way sometimes.
With this idiot in the White House, you cannot look to the federal government for any recourse. Lord knows what the hell the Trump or the U.S. attorney, what sentencing they're going to ask for these cops, because he's been willing to let cops off.
You're welcome.
For heinous activity.
Correct. I mean, he lets cops off for heinous activities. He's also let heinous white Americans who stormed the Capitol off for heinous activities against cops. There's no rhyme or reason except lawlessness is the order of the day here. And there seems to be a belief that Black lives matter just a little bit less than everyone else.
Absolutely.
This is what we meant. And what happened with George Floyd was an awakening where people understood, it felt like they understood why we cried out and said Black Lives Matter. But this retrenchment from that is a sign that we're going back to the time, or at least people are now willing to admit what they really believe, which is that when it comes to cops, our lives don't matter. And it really doesn't matter the race of the cop.
Right.
What is so hurtful here is that, you know, we had one verdict. We don't know what's going, we had a sentencing. We don't know verdict. We don't know what the sentencing is going to be in the federal case. We have it here. There will be postmortems. I'm very interested to see what the jury, how the jury could have come to this decision legally. What I pray for is peace in that community, because this is the kind of thing that would make you take to the streets.
You ain't never lied. That's what they want, though.
Yep. And it is a sign that I know you're talking, but there's a sign that when you have a jury that is all white, they simply do not understand the things that Black people undergo, which we all do, regardless of socioeconomic status.
Yeah, but the thing here, Daniel, we see this on numerous times.
They don't care.
Juries, especially conservative juries, in their minds, they see the.
Why would they understand when they are part of the reason why we feel the way we feel? Why would they understand? Why would they care to understand? In their minds, get over it. Get over it. And we so, in their minds, so intimidating, you know. So, yep, they didn't put his hands behind his back. The big guy gonna do it, and then, oh wow, and let me not forget, that's where I was about to go a while ago. Oh, and ooh, I mean, all they kept saying was that this guy had the strength of 10 apes and 9 gorillas. He had to be high on some type of something. Cause you 250 pounds, he 500 pounds, he 400 high. I mean, it was his resistance. He just would not stop. He took them. He took them like a pro. He ate them bitches, didn't he? So, take you back in the day. That's where I was about to go a while ago. So he's kind of like one of them Mandingo warriors, ain't he? Oh, big old guy. What, yeah, Now, he was little, but he was big guy. Did you see he carried all of them. It was 5 of them. He had to been angry. He had the black man's disease. Angry black man. Oh, yeah, he's guilty. How else was he able to take all them blows and still trying to get up? Did you hear? He said it was 4 or 5 of them that was 210, 250, 500. Yeah, he one of them big buck, strong ass field workers. That's the picture that they painted of Tyre. He was strong as 10 mules and 8 apes. Guilty. I'm telling you, that mindset, you have to take it way back in the day, because that is exactly what making America great again is. Do y'all not get that? So for somebody that's trifling to try to attack civil rights, whether you like them or not, you hear Roland Martin brought up civil rights, and it just gets up under my skin for anybody black to try to attack them. As if Malcolm X didn't have a past. I mean, I'm just saying, these people kill me. That's why I got offended. That's why I am offended.
Cops as friends and allies.
Yeah, well, I mean, look, 3 words, and you already said them. Elections have consequences. Coming from a federal background, it's really important for us to understand.
Elections have
5 years
consequences.
isn't that long ago.
A reason except lawlessness is the order of the day here, and there seems to be a belief that Black lives matter just a little bit less than everyone else. this is what we meant. And what happened with George Floyd was an awakening where people understood, it felt like they understood why we cried out and
you
said,
want to be my
Black Lives
mate.
Matter. But this retrenchment from that is a sign that we're going back to the time, or at least people are now willing to admit what they really believe, which is that when it comes to cops, our lives don't matter. And it really doesn't matter the race of the cop. What is so hurtful here is that, you know, we had one verdict. We don't know what's going, we had a sentencing. We don't know verdict. We don't know what the sentencing is going to be in the federal case. We have it here. There will be postmortems. I'm very interested to see what the jury, how the jury could have come to this decision legally. What I pray for is peace in that community, because this is the kind of thing that would make you take to the streets. None of us are safe in this case.
Didn't obey the police is command.
I know you're talking, but there's a sign that when you have a jury that is all white, they simply do not understand the things that Black people undergo, which we all do regardless of socioeconomic status.
Yeah, but the thing here, Daniel, that we see this on numerous times where white juries, especially conservative juries, in their minds, they see the cops as friends and allies.
Yeah, well, I mean, look, 3 words, and you already said them. Elections have consequences. Coming from a federal background, it's really, really important for us to understand that 5 years isn't that long ago. We clearly have not fully as a nation healed from what we all witnessed in the same year with both Derek and myself's home state with Ahmaud Arbery, Breonna Taylor, and George Floyd. And we're seeing this happen, and we're seeing a more weaponized second term of the Trump administration that I believe is going to do everything in their power to continue to uplift the law enforcement that are bad actors in many of these areas. And I think many people have made this about, you know, progressives or liberals or regular folks against police. Look, we're against police officers that don't do their job and are not held accountable. And I think in this particular case, at a state level, I share the same concern as Attorney Crump. When you look at what is happening right now on the federal level and with Trump's Department of Justice and everything we've seen, I'm very concerned. And I'm more concerned that these companies that were the quote unquote foundation of DEI and changing their standards, changing their roles and their responsibilities, that have since rescinded that in January with the inauguration of Donald Trump, you know, they have no further desire to see this change. And when you talk about going to the streets, as Joy just mentioned, my concern now is this administration has not only weaponized the courts, but we now may even see a scenario where if people do take this to the streets, will we see military or even further policy choices by the administration to quell that and then ultimately put activists, marchers, and folks that demand justice behind bars? We saw what those individuals from January 6th did. They were acquitted, their charges thrown out the door. The same scenario won't happen for those of us who march for justice.
Folks, now we'll see what happens on the federal level when sentencing actually takes place. All right, got to go to a break. We come back. Lots to talk about. Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett,
let's take it to the streets, y'all. Let's see what old boy had to say. Let's go.
One day. Now, I'm going to show, but trust me, you won't regret it. And those officers want all 7. When I say I appreciate the support, I do appreciate the support. I'm gonna tell you something. I just got back here. You can see I ain't got my hat on. Just got back here from Memphis, Tennessee. Shout out Memphis, and my heart bleeds for that city. Especially with what I think is going to happen. Not trying to incite something after the verdict of them 3 officers today.
They better not.
After that smack in the face to the whole city of Memphis, Tennessee. All 3 of those officers on all 7 counts have been found not guilty on any of the charges.
Not one.
Did you guys hear what I said? Demetrius Haley, Tadarius Bean, Justin Smith found not guilty on any of the charges after 1 day of deliberations. 1 day. Now, I'm going to show you what happened in the courtroom. I want you to pay attention. They're going to read all the counts, and they're going to tell you they're not guilty. It's a hush over the crowd. Watch the 3 officers after it's done. Even they know that they didn't expect this to happen. Okay. Just like anybody else.
I didn't pay them no mind.
Take a look at this big...
Marissa told me
I didn't pay the officers no mind.
Here's her #1 secret. Many foods we're eating are missing certain...
Take a look at this BS.
It appears the jury has reached a verdict in this matter. Before we bring the jury in, the court just wants to give...
I ain't pay them no mind.
...to the folks that are present. Now, whatever this verdict is, it is important that there's not any acting out in the courtroom. There can't be any response either way, whatever the verdict is. So please, if you feel as though you cannot handle whatever the verdict may be, please remove yourself from the courtroom now so as to not create a situation in which we have to address. So with that being said, we can go ahead and bring it
through. I don't think they knew it. They don't know it. No more. They knew I don't think they knew it. But let me see him. Let me see him. I don't know. So that would mean the whole thing is rigged if the police officers knew before the all-white jury said it.
stating what the verdict is, as we talked about before, the court is going to poll the jury to ensure that this is a unanimous verdict. Starting with juror number 1, this is your verdict, ma'am. Yes. Ma'am. Yes, sir. Ma'am. Yes. 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 All right. Polling the jury, having found that this is a unanimous verdict, the court will read the verdict as follows. In indictment 2300241, State of Tennessee.
I hope he paused it.
Demetrius Haley and Justin Smith. The counsel would like to stand with their clients. The verdicts read as follows. Count 1, second-degree murder. We, the jury, find the defendant, Kadarius Bean, not guilty. Count 1. We, the jury, find the defendant, Demetrius Haley, not guilty. Count 1. We, the jury, find the defendant, Justin Smith, not guilty. Count 2.
He told him to mark.
Aggravated assault, acting in concert.
Not guilty.
We, the jury, find the defendant, Kadarius Bean, not guilty. Count 2. We, the jury, find the defendant, Demetrius Haley, not guilty. Count 2. We, the jury, find the defendant, Justin Smith, not guilty. Count 3. Aggravated kidnapping with bodily injury. We, the jury, find the defendant, Kadarius Bean, not guilty. Count 3. We, the jury, find the defendant, Demetrius Haley, not guilty. Count 3. We, the jury, find the defendant, Justin Smith, not guilty. Count 4. Aggravated kidnapping with a deadly weapon.
Look at him.
We, the jury, find the defendant, Kadarius
He's
Bean,
scratching his head
not
like,
guilty.
thank you. Thank you very much.
Count 4. We, the jury, find the defendant, Demetrius Haley, not guilty.
I was sick.
Count 4. We, the jury, find the defendant, Justin Smith, not guilty. Count 5. Official misconduct, unauthorized exercise of official authority. We, the jury, find the defendant, Kadarius Bean, not guilty. Count 5. we, the jury, find the defendant, Demetrius Haley, not guilty. Count 5. We, the jury, find the defendant, Justin Smith, not guilty. Count 6. Official misconduct, refraining from performing a duty. We, the jury, find the defendant, Kadarius Bean, not guilty. We, the jury, find the defendant, Demetrius Haley, not guilty. We, the jury, find the defendant, Justin Smith, not guilty. Count 7, official oppression. We, the jury, find the defendant, Kadarius Bean, not guilty. Count 7, we, the jury, find the defendant, Demetrius Haley, not guilty. Count 7, we, the jury, find the defendant, Justin Smith, not guilty. All verdict forms have been signed by the foreperson. Attorney, you can have a seat with your clients. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, you have performed.
No, which
We appreciate
police?
the time and attention that you all have given to this case. We will now excuse you all from the court.
And what do you want us to see? I didn't see nothing special. It was quiet, wasn't it?
Mr. Bean, Mr. Haley, and Mr. Smith, the jury of your peers have found you not guilty on all charges with these
What did he
matters.
want us to see?
The court will enter the judgment sheets accordingly, and this will conclude your matter that's before the court. Good luck. Thank you all.
Thank you. Thank you, Thank you.
Go ahead, adjourn.
All rise. Court is adjourned 9 o'clock tomorrow morning.
What did he want us to see? He said something about the police. Well, hell, he looked like he was about to cry. The white man.
That was absolute bullshit. Did you see it?
No, what?
Did you see it?
What?
Smith and Haley crying like a motherfucker at the end because they knew.
What
All
did
that
the police do?
frustrated stuff, sitting there with a straight face, sweating bullets. They know what they did was wrong.
Oh, man.
They know what they did was wrong, man. And they themselves were surprised by that bullshit verdict from people 300 miles away up there, I guess in Hill Country, whatever county they come from, said they came from Chattanooga. over 40, all white, and yeah, I'm gonna bring up all white, and I'm gonna keep it the fuck real. If Tyre Nichols was a white dude, and them 3 black cops came up there acting like ninjas the way they was, unprofessional and violent as hell, the way we're picked as a stereotype, doing that to a white guy that skateboarded, went to work for FedEx, stopped at a light, got snatched out his car, they threatened to break his shit, chased him home. All he wanted to do was go home. If they reverse the race in that, and this is the thing I want everybody out there to look at. A lot of times people get upset about stuff, but if you reverse the race in a lot of different things, whether it's in court or not in court, a lot of us will be thinking differently. That show you there's something wrong out here. And there's definitely something wrong with the goddamn justice system. You've seen that. You've seen that.
Now, I know that some of what you're saying I done already said, but is it the justice system or is it the jury? I mean, y'all, this time, which one is it? Is it the justice system or the jury? Because the judicial system brought them up on charges. Let's be clear. I'm almost out of juice. They brought them up on charges. Federal and state. So is it the judicial system right now, right here? Right in this case? Or was it the jury?
Count 5, official misconduct as an officer. None of them got it. In the feds, they got convicted. But in the state, they didn't.
If you saw the news, but Fox News is claiming President Trump is declining in the polls. And President Trump responded.
The city of Memphis was rocked by this, and it left a stain on the city. And this is a big stain. They wasn't even allowed to judge
There's one.
what happened in a city, a great injustice of somebody that didn't deserve it. That's the part I got a problem with. That's the part I have a problem with. And this is messed up. I knew when the judge got on there today and he said, just like this, he said, guys, regardless of what the thing is, I expect you to stay in your seats and, you know, have some respect. I'm like, that don't even sound right. Everybody knows to do that. And then for some odd reason, I had to clean my lens, I'm sorry. For some odd reason, all of a sudden, boom, the hammer gets dropped. And bullshit's the word. This is absolutely heartbreaking. We fought hard to keep this young man's name alive and his story alive. To give him a voice, because what happened to him was not right. It wasn't. It wasn't. Family left out of there. I just got off the phone with Rodney Wells, man. God bless him. God bless Kiki, all of them. Miss Roban, they not taking it well. I said, you call me when you have time, brother. You deal with what you have to deal with. That's a lot to burden right now because nobody's seen that. That is a slap in the face and a kick in the ass.
Definitely
That's fucked up. And not just to the family, to everybody in Memphis that's a regular citizen.
Sucker punch.
I've never seen or could even foresee some shit like that.
Definitely a
How much
sucker
you think
punch.
about that? This fucking weed racker guy outside. Man, come on, man. Come on. I'm gonna hit this up tomorrow, man. I'm the entire guys. And the law ain't on their side. But if I had stayed, man, I swear to God, I'd have stayed and stuck around. And I'd have got in front of the camera because they was interviewing all the people. I'd have said what had to be said. This is BS. It's messed up. They couldn't have put that in line and no plainer and
but
black
you got
and white
somebody
than
who
they,
got guns
and this was
switches
the outcome?
and they get locked up and they're right out.
Who are we fooling here? Really, getting the jewelry from somewhere else really makes that big a difference of if you guilty or innocent on a case of common sense and cruelty? Come on, man. What kind of game are we playing here?
No, it's just the
facts were there.
Racism still lives.
Where'd all this fucking fiction come from? This is why I can't be in front of camera, because I get turned up. This is heartbreaking. A young man is dead.
Yeah.
Dead. And nothing was done about it. I'm Stock Market Steve for the Dynamic Reason channel. As always, like, comment, share, and subscribe. I just got home. They doing yard break in the afternoon. I don't know why.
Oh, Lord. Let me see what else I have. I only got 20%. And I'm not finna argue and fuss and fight about nobody hitting the likes and supporting the platforms. So I'm just gonna, if it go out, it goes out. Quit it. No, let me see. I ain't gonna be here long. This is sad, y'all. I ain't gonna even lie. It's sad. It's sad. It's sad. All this stuff right here, cut it out, people. Cut it out. Oh, that's somebody killing somebody. Let me go to what's in my all of that, because I don't know what else I got, and I'm out of juice. This is I'm gonna say cut this out. Cut it out.
Bro, chill, bro. Ah, damn. Yeah, record this nigga, man. Oh, I ain't going no jail because I ain't did shit. Get me out, look, that's what's going that way. See what I'm saying, bro?
And he playing more 3.
My nigga, I'm not going nowhere. I ain't tripping. I'm not going nowhere. I'm not going nowhere.
He playing more 3.
I don't care. I ain't going nowhere. I'm not going no jail because I ain't did shit. You got me niggas don't play because they know better. You know me, I'm about paper, go get them. But I'm standing on 10, don't bring no niggas. That was crazy, bro. How? Because I'm black. That's because I'm black. That's all it is, because I'm black.
Cut it out, people. We cannot do this. They gon' unalive us.
I ain't gotta turn nothing out, bro. Man, I'm suing. I ain't tripping. Bro, move. You cannot do that. You cannot do that. You cannot do that. Put your hands on me. Baby, these fucking laws up here fucking with me. I ain't did shit. The lady was trying to go the other way, then she changed her fucking way and tried to go the other way, and they trying to blame me to my bag up. Bro, no, I was right here fucking first. That's what I'm saying, bro. Bro, stop leaving me alone, bro.
This don't make no sense.
He over here putting his hands on me. I'm not under arrest. Man, you can't arrest me for trying to put... I'm still at the school. I'm still at the school. I'm on my way. Call Jarrell and tell him bring him up. Bring you up here, bro. Because I ain't did shit. I don't care. I ain't did shit. Hey, boy, Freeman, get his badge number phone. No.
But get his badge numbers. I can't do it.
No, you're not taking me to jail.
See, right now, if they shoot him, they saying it'll be okay.
Okay, then. No, I don't gotta give you my ID. I ain't resist shit. So move around, bro. Quit lying.
You are resisting.
So move. I'm not going nowhere, bro. I'm in court. What the fuck? I'm nobody care about you doing all that, bro. Shit. That shit crazy, bro. Man, nigga, for what? How? Man, go on now. I was right here first, bro. You went over there and talked to her. You didn't even fucking come talk to me. Shit, that shit racist right there, bro. I don't care. I ain't going to jail, bro. That shit racist, boy. I'm suing. I swear, I'm suing it, boy. I'm getting everything up out of his pocket. I swear to God, boy. On my mama, nigga.
And suing him for what? Long live Mo 3, cause he showed jamming Mo 3.
Well, I ain't trying to drive off. Man. No, I'm not getting out the car because I ain't did shit. Bro, I haven't did shit. Get out the car. Bro, I haven't even did nothing. Get out the car. I haven't even did nothing. Get out the car. Get out the car. Get on the ground. Get on the ground. For her, bro. Bro, chill, bro. God damn. You gotta record this nigga, man.
So he had to get tased, and guess what? He's still going where he's still under arrest. Hold on. Yeah, we gotta stop this. We gotta stop this. Hold on. I think that was a shooting. They told her not to go across the yellow. Don't cross the tape. She put herself in a bad situation. They say don't do it. Guess what? We feel like we gonna do it anyway. I'm just trying to show y'all some things that's gonna get us unalive. Oh yeah, I saw that. Oh yeah, I saw that.
8 miles. 3 young.
Hold on. Hold on. Hold on, I went up too far. Hold on. I do not understand why we feel entitled. Oh, this is not the one. It's another one. Hold on. Oh, yeah, I saw this today.
Get to the front of the car, do it now. Turn towards me!
Henderson Police Sergeant Scott Allward responds to a call about an alleged combative woman, and this quickly escalates. The 8 News Now investigators obtaining this video from sources who want to remain anonymous, but are concerned about what they believe is excessive use of force. And in this report, Allward writes he believed she was going to spit in his face and used his open palm to strike her in the upper chest to redirect her body and the perceived attack.
So he stood his ground.
He obtained Allward's body camera video to confirm his version of events.
He believed.
What we don't see is this woman trying to spit on him.
You're gonna get taken to the ground if you don't listen to me right now. Get to the front of the car, do it now. Turn towards me! What are you doing? Get on the ground, roll over. Roll over. Roll on your stomach, do it now! Okay!
Allward notes in his report she appears to be agitated and under the influence.
Same thing they said about Tyre.
Propensity for violence. After he strikes her, he states she refused to show her other hand tucked under her waist. He claims there was a sharp pencil where she was laying and where she was concealing her hand. We are unable to see a pencil in this video.
She had that pencil in her hand. She turned towards me.
Allward has been involved in several police shootings, 2 in which the subjects were unarmed.
41 shot fired.
One of them, a teen who was running away. When we requested Allward's use of force record, the city initially told us it doesn't have that. Then that changed and we received this list. What it doesn't appear to include is this October incident. We requested this body camera video in February. We didn't receive it until Wednesday. The city redacted the officers' faces, but not the woman's.
Get to the front of the car, do it now. Come towards me.
Henderson Police Sergeant Scott Allward responds to a call.
They gonna say she didn't have the right to say nothing back to him. He gave her a command.
The 8 News Now investigators obtaining this video
She
from
didn't follow
sources who
orders.
want to remain anonymous, but are concerned about what they believe is excessive use of force. And in this report, Allward writes he believed she was going to spit in his face and used his open palm to strike her in the upper chest.
Justifying it with lies.
And the perceived.
Justifying it with lies. And then it was this one.
Mr. Bennett, at the prior hearing before today. Have a seat. Have a seat. Have a seat, sir. Sit down.
Look. That's my brother. Y'all hit the like button. That's my brother. He just pushed the car.
I just want my brother to see me. I just want my brother to see me. My brother got to see me. They did this shit before. They did this shit before. They did this shit before. I got video of him messing with my brother. And me.
He said he got to see me.
I want my brother to see me. I just want my he got my best friend.
Y'all. Do y'all think he was right? We need to. And the way we think and feel and react responds on body language. God, Jesus, and was he right? Was he right? If somebody would have got hurt up in there, would he have been right? We the people. We the people. Who them Draco switches are just each other. This guy right here, what I just showed y'all, he stood up. He's supposed to stay seated. He got up, tapping on the window. He started out disobeying the rules. And he said, because that's my brother. I want him to see me. That's my brother. I need for him to see me. I just want my brother to see me. I just want my brother to see me. He gotta see me. They did it before. They did it before. He said he ain't do nothing. He said I ain't do nothing. If something would have popped off, innocent people got hurt, involved, arrested, because he wanted his brother to see him. I'm just saying, this type stuff gonna get you unalive. Your brother done out. Yes, what happened to your nephew was wrong. If he didn't have a gun and he wasn't pointing. But, you know, as far as I'm concerned, if they making these rules that they can walk around with guns freely, what's the problem? You say they can have guns. So the threat of one, there shouldn't be just a threat of somebody having one, right? They make the rules and they break them. We can't do it out of order. I agree, stop playing. He jeopardized everybody. To me, this is my opinion. He not only jeopardized himself, he jeopardized everybody in his family, friends who gonna have his back and go in with the po-pos. That's gonna get off. Do y'all remember the other day I said, if that order go in, this, I was talking about the Tyre Nichols case, maybe the last time the police, police may get in trouble. I said that, assuming that they wasn't going to be found not guilty. So I got to correct that. This may be the beginning of them getting off. When you can see him on camera, there's video, there's evidence. And they're going to get out. So them tactics, you might as well hang that shit up. Old girl got, he got a whole history of abuse and shooting folk. And they getting off. Getting a slap on the finger. That's why that Jake guy with the red tie on at the riot for Karmelo Anthony, he wanted Metcalf to condemn Karmelo Anthony and the people who support him. They want to take their position back. All this equality, equal, fuck no. What'd he say? That equal shit putting us in the back of the bus now. Ain't that what he said? And white people came up there from Chattanooga and said, they don't have to obey. If we put some cuss in position as police in them bad areas, where we don't want to go. And they can't mind them. They sure ain't gonna mind us. Not guilty. Who else is gonna be out there to regulate them niggas? Who else gonna help us eliminate them in those areas where we don't want to go? I mean, I don't know how else to say it, but to talk like them. They just showed us that. So I'm not gonna keep beating that. They just proved my point. And it also proved my point that I don't care who you are or what your past is. You've been delivered, set free. You done paid your debt to society. I'm not gonna hang that over your head, especially people who didn't do nothing wrong. I'm never gonna turn my back on that. I'll be flat foot and firm. I don't give a who you are. And you're gonna need them civil rights in a minute. Some of these folks who feel entitled to say and do whatever they want to. Yeah. Okay, yeah, I'm finna go. This is just way too much for me. Oh, it's just way too much. This is one of the biggest slaps in our face. I can't even start it with black folk and end it with white folk. And they heard the evidence. They saw the videos. They heard that wizard too. Y'all remember the wizard? Do y'all remember the wizard? Do y'all remember the wizard who looked at Hagman like, what are you doing? He gave him that evil eye on the cool. They had to have a meeting in the back. Because who did this bald-headed white man think he is talking to me like that? Do you know who I am? Boy. Yeah, he was talking. That wizard. They was listening to the wizard. They followed the wizard. Y'all thought I was playing with that stuff, didn't you? Okay, y'all, I'm finna go. My likes ain't where they need to be. And I don't feel like entertaining no more. I've had enough. Y'all have a good night. Don't do nothing crazy. When somebody beating you damn near to death and you crying out for help, help me. And who somebody would call for help is who's beating the hell out of you. What do you do? My heart went out to him this whole time for real, because I can only imagine in my mind, I was saying, Lord, I would just be crying out for God. I would honestly feel like a Jesus moment hanging on that cross, crying out to God, why have thou forsaken me? Why have thou forsaken me? what in the world is this? What is this? What is this? And you can't even cry out for help. I could just hear my mama a long time ago. She would say stuff like this. I promise. She would say stuff like, ain't no justice in a white man's world. My mom used to say crazy stuff like that. She ain't no justice in a white man's world. I saw it today, y'all. Ain't no justice in a white man's world.